Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to the Together We Grow podcast. My name's Paul,
And I'm Tamer.
and this is episode 28. And this episode, we're going to talk about subscription boxes, aren't we?
We certainly are. This is some suggestion to make a podcast from a couple of our members, Rachel and Kat.
Brilliant, yeah. So we're going to talk everything about subscription boxes, why you should do it, how to get your first customers, and how to treat it like a proper experience so your customers won't want to leave, and then how to grow it. Because we know firsthand that having a subscription box is the stress buster of business because it's your monthly recurring revenue, predictable income. So you're not starting every month with zero. And when we had our business, Cozy Roamers, at the peak of our subscription box, we had 1,500 members paying $17.99 a month. So that's over £20,000 coming into our bank account on the first of the month.
It was an amazing feeling, wasn't it, waking up on that first and being like, oh, brilliant, everybody's renewed.
Yeah, exactly. And that's that shows you that what we really liked about that was on the first of the month, that's all of everyone's wages covered, most of the expenses covered. It just makes everything much easier. So that's all the stuff we're going to cover today as we talk through subscription boxes. Shall we get into it?
Let's dive straight in.
Okay, so we really loved our subscription box, didn't we?
We did, and I don't know if it's well known or not, but we actually started out as just a subscription box of Cozy Roamers, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
And obviously that was back in 2018, and that was actually the plan that we had that we were only going to do, wasn't it, originally?
Yeah, we were going to launch, well, we did launch, didn't we, as a subscription box. And that was okay. We had a few members. We were growing it very slowly, but it wasn't doing what we wanted to do. And you were working full time in the business. You know, you'd left your full time job, so it had to make money, and that's why we pivoted to having a shop as well. And that was the best thing we did. And that's all the stuff we're going to come on to, isn't it?
Well, that was only part of the reason, really. Also, our subscription box members wanted to be able to restock on their favourites as well, didn't they?
They did, yeah. Okay, then. So we want to talk briefly first about why you should do this. And I think I sort of covered that in the intro, really, didn't I? There's twofold. You've got the monetary side of things, where when you do grow this and you grow it, and even if you had 50 subscribers, 100 subscribers, let's say they're all paying, in our case, $17.99 a month, and they all renew on the first of the month, which is what we did for us. No matter what time of the month they signed up, we made sure they renewed on the first. That is a cash injection on the first of that month, which not only pays for all of the supplies you need to fulfill that subscription box, but, you know, assuming you've priced everything correctly and you've got good margin in your products, then that's a real nice buffer there. You're hit the ground running for that month, haven't you? You haven't started the month with zero.
Yeah, if you do start the month with zero, it's a horrible feeling, isn't it? And it almost feels like you're like an upward climb. But if you start when you've got something already coming in, especially a good chunk like that, it just takes off some of that pressure.
Yeah, it really does. And that's what we found anyway. And then over time, we found, you know, we did this for quite a while. You know, we had the subscription box all the time, and we were delivering on it every single month. So it was a massive part of the things we did. Over time, you learn things on how customers react to certain things, and what makes them tick, what they're going to love, and that really helped us, didn't it, to optimize it over time. And then, yeah, it turned into something where I had 1,500 members, or just under, I think it was like 1,470 or something like that members. And, you know, it was a significant amount. And yeah, that's a lot of orders to fulfill at the beginning of the month, a lot of products to make. But of course, you've got if you grow like that, you make sure you have the systems and processes and team and everything in place. And yeah, that was our bread and butter, wasn't it? That paid for all expenses really at the beginning of the month. Well, certainly all salaries for the team, and it just made it all nice and relaxed.
It did, and it was just takes, like I said earlier, it takes that pressure off a little bit and makes you able to breathe and focus on the next sort of thing, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
From a money side of point of view.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the money side of things, but also aside from that, you've got the customer retention. So not only are these people going to be renewing their membership every month, and we had members that were there for the whole 6 years that we were there, didn't we?
We did,
They
yeah.
stay for a long time if they love it. But because they're getting your stuff every month, they're going to be active in your Facebook group. They're going to be posting about their delivery, sharing the excitement with all the others. When you release something during the month, they will buy it because they love your products. It just builds that customer retention. And this was, I'd say, was probably the cornerstone of our success with customer retention, was having that subscription box.
Yeah, and like you said, when they're sharing it in the Facebook group, the reviews, because they're really honest reviews about which scents that they love and which ones they're not for them. They share their photos, and it just really builds and builds on that momentum. And of course, in your Facebook group, all of that content that they're sharing, you can repurpose that as user generated content to share it on your emails and your other socials to try and get other people to see, look, all these people are loving it, make sure you come over and get your subscription as well.
Yeah, no, that was good. We did really capitalise on that, didn't we?
We did.
Mm.
And they also sell to other members in the group by doing that,
Mm.
because people are on the fence thinking, oh, I don't know, should I join that? Should I not join? I know I love their products, but then they're seeing all of these hundreds and thousands of people posting about how much they love it and their favourite scents and everything, and they know, oh, hang on, I know that person loves scents that I love, so I'm going to
Yeah,
subscribe now.
there was always like a recurrent theme in the Facebook group, wasn't there? So on the day that we would dispatch the orders, obviously all of these people get their dispatch notification. Then you just get posts in the group, I've received mine. And that's a screenshot of their dispatch notification.
Yeah.
You get loads of those, and people are getting all excited about it. And then a few days later, they put a picture of the box that they've got. You know, they cover up the scent names because that was all a surprise, which we'll come on to. But then they'll do that, wouldn't they? And then they'd try them, and then they'd review each one, and it just makes the engagement go up, and it builds that FOMO, and people just people buy from other people, and especially when it's not us selling. It's like you say, it's our customers selling for us, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was just really lovely to see that buzz and that excitement and people talking about it between themselves as well.
Yeah,
Because these posts all came, we never said, oh, what do you think of them? We left them, and customers would then be posting themselves.
yeah,
And so we wouldn't like push that engagement, would we? But we'd answer all of the posts, obviously, and everybody else, all the other customers, would be like, oh, I love the sound of that one. I can't wait to hear what it is when it's released and things like that.
yeah. I know it was brilliant. So there you go. That's why you should do it. You got the monetary side of things, and of course you got the customer retention. Now, when should you do it? And I've been thinking about this quite a lot since we decided to do this podcast the other day. And you certainly shouldn't do it the way we did it, which is launch your business and have a subscription box at the same time, because you have to fulfill. If you've got one member, you have to fulfill that subscription box every month, which requires work on its own. It's the packaging. You have to have some kind of theme for that. You can't just put, which I'll come on to as well, you can't just put wax melts or a candle in a box and send it. It can't just look like every other order. So I would suggest that you need to be really honest with yourself. And if you're sitting there and you're thinking, you know what, I've got 50 customers that I'm pretty confident would sign up to this almost straight away or within the first couple of weeks, then do it. Your first box you want to send with about 50 members, I'd say, because you've got to make all of the wax melts and all of the products, whatever it is you're selling for this. You're going to have to get leaflets printed for this box. You're going to have to create content to promote this. You're going to have to send emails. You're going to have to do all of those things to fulfill this product. You want it to be worthwhile. And you want these people, multiple people, to be in your Facebook group posting about it, like we just spoke about. If one person does it, if you've only got one or two members, chances are they're probably not going to post about it. So I think that. What do you think? I think about 50 members minimum.
I think that sounds good. You kind of want to treat it like a massive launch, don't you,
Yeah,
really? So you want to build up all that hype and all that excitement and everything before you launch, which is something we talk about all the time, building up the hype for launches. And this isn't no different, really, is it? Because you don't, like you say, you don't want to launch with just a couple of people, because trying to then snowball and build off that is going to be even harder.
yeah,
So you need to build that excitement and all of the interest. And you could start by doing like talking about it in your Facebook group and doing a live and explaining what you're thinking about introducing, gauge the interest of your customers, get them to sign up to a specific email segmentation. So then when you hit the 50, you can be like, right, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because then you can track it properly.
Exactly that. And you can launch with a first month sort of offer, really. To most people do that anyway to encourage people in. We did 30% off our first month, didn't we? So that's kind of goes against the lot of things that we talk about, but that just worked for us, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
But if you wanted to go hard on this, you could do your first month for £1 or free gift with your first box or something like that. You just have to be careful of retention rates, because a lot of people will just sign up to get that freebie and then cancel. Okay, so yeah, if you're very confident that you can get 50 people to sign up within the first few days, then I'd say now's a good time to launch it. If you're not, then just keep plugging away at getting customers in, at getting repeat orders coming through. When you're getting repeat orders from customers every month, you're well on the way. Okay, so shall we move on to what it actually should be, this subscription box?
Definitely. So when we first started, our first subscription box was 6 wax melts, and we made sure it did look like a different box to anything else. So it had tissue paper and lovely stickers and everything, a really nice big leaflet that explained all the different scents in it. But over time, we obviously evolved our subscription box, didn't we? And we moved to 4 wax melts, which were a lot larger, and then eventually we did actually introduce tiered.
Yeah, so to break that down a bit, a subscription box shouldn't be just a pack of wax melts or a candle every month, just sort of just like a random selection or anything like that, because that's boring and people aren't going to look forward to it. You got to think about this. They're signed up because they love your products. So you want to give them a really fantastic experience every month. Your job is to make sure they do not cancel.
Yep.
So you need to turn it into a proper experience. They need to feel like they've got great value. They're getting brilliant products. It's a surprise what they're going to get. And they're getting other perks as well.
Mm-hmm.
So over the years, we kind of fine-tuned our offering, didn't we?
We did.
And for ages, we had just one level. So our wax melts were $5.99 each. So let's say £6 to make maths easy. There was 4 in our subscription box. So that's £24 plus shipping, because our free shipping was over 30.
Yeah.
Shipping was £4.
It was about £4, yeah.
Yeah, £4 I think it was. So what's that? £28 is how much it would cost them to buy these wax melts individually. Mm-hmm. Our subscription box was $17.99, including free shipping.
So that's an incredible deal.
So tick 1, they've got the value. Okay. Tick number 2 is the experience. So every month it was a themed box, and it would be themed about something related to that time of year, perhaps. So we'd have a summer box. We had a cocktail box, didn't we? So there were cocktail fragrances.
We had a Halloween one. That was quite a fun one, wasn't it? Because we themed the box and the scents obviously around Halloween, but we also included some extras, like some Halloween themed sweets.
That's right.
And stuff like that.
That's right. And when they opened the box, they had those sat there. The box itself, the packaging was actually printed and stuff. You haven't got to do that at the beginning. What you could do though is wrap the contents up like a gift. When you've got a small number, that just goes a long way, because that's that unboxing experience. In ours, we put a little booklet in there, didn't we?
We did, yeah. We started with a leaflet and then we've upgraded to a booklet and went into more detail, especially when we introduced the themes. So we could talk about why we released this theme, each scent individually, give them some facts about either the time of the year or the theme itself, and then encourage them, hopefully, to post and review.
Yeah, and that's also a good opportunity. On the back page, we had like a little advert about something, didn't we? And yeah, so the products themselves were a complete surprise. They didn't know what they were going to get. They just knew it was going to be around a theme.
I know some people will be worried about the idea of doing that, about them being a surprise and not sure whether their customers will like it. But honestly, they will. Having that surprise element really boosted our members in our subscription box in general, didn't it?
It did, yeah. And some people won't like it, but that's okay. You're not there to please everybody. But what I would say is when you're doing these and you're planning out what each box is going to be, if you are going to do it themed, that's why we say 50 minimum, because you don't just want to pick random stuff off your shelf. Then plan them out like 6 months in advance and really sit down with sample fragrances, test them. That's the most important thing. Test them in wax to make sure they last and they smell good. They have to be fantastic products. Make sure they're strong. That's the most important thing, to be honest with you.
Yep.
You know, fragrance is subjective, but the strength sometimes is undeniable. And you need to make sure they are strong fragrances. That's what everybody wants.
Yeah, everybody wants to be able to really smell the fragrance, whether they like the scent or not, as you say, because they could be like, wow, that's a really strong scent. I don't like it, but I'm going to gift it to my
Exactly.
mother-in-law or somebody.
Exactly. Yeah. And you may be listening to this and disagree with that, but believe me, when we were sending out thousands of them, that is the comment that you get, is the strength. People comment on saying, "Oh, that's strong. Oh, I can't really smell this too much." That's the strength. That's what people want.
Yeah.
So do not rush this. Do not think, "Oh my God, I've got to do a subscription box this month. What shall I find?" Really plan it out and do it properly, because then it's going to be a wonderful product. So then that's tick number 2, which is the experience. You've got that beautiful unboxing experience. You've got a nice leaflet in there or a booklet to explain everything, why you've done it. You can see a lot of time and effort's gone into it. They've got a fantastic value for it. And the products themselves are a surprise. So straight away, they're intrigued, they're excited, but also they're strong and really good products as well. And then we have the perks. And this is the thing that really, really helped us. And it was like
Almost like a no-brainer kind of feeling.
well, yeah, it was what kind of, yeah. And when we decided to do this, we we're like, why on earth didn't we think about this before? So think about this. They get in their box, which is less price than buying them individually. It's going to be a beautiful experience for them to unwrap. And then they get perks. So the perks these people got were they got bonus, because we used to do reward points. So every 3 months of their membership, they would get a bonus reward points, which was a £10 value, wasn't it? They'd get priority shipping on normal orders. So when they placed an order, they would go to, during the week or during the month, they'd go to the top of the list and get dispatched straight away. What else did we have as perks?
Right. What else?
Okay, so towards the beginning, we had it so they had like a permanent discount on other products as well.
That was a really good one. People loved that, didn't they?
Yeah. I'm sure there was others as well. You can't remember. But yeah, that's what you want to do. You want to think about the perks that you can give these people. And we tried to do various different things over the years. And what we found was what people really wanted was they didn't want anything crazy, but they wanted to feel special. They wanted to feel like they were part of something. And offering them a discount or bonus points, reward points, things like that, as part of their membership with you, their subscription with you, means that over the course of a year, they're going to start building those points up and they're going to spend more with you. And that's what they wanted, because they feel important and they feel special for doing that.
And of course, they love the products anyway, so they're going to just hopefully stick around, aren't they, to get those perks and to get those points.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what it should be. It should be a great deal, a wonderful experience, and you should give them perks as well. If you can tick those 3 boxes, you're going to be well on your way.
And then, like you say, it's just about building up that audience who want it and then introducing it to them.
Yeah. So getting your first customers, then the launch, as you said a little earlier on, it's all about a pre-launch, really. You don't just want to say, "Hi guys, here's a membership for you. Here's a subscription for you." Just follow what we teach here at Home Fragrance Academy, which is having a proper pre-launch. If you're going to launch a subscription box, you're going to have an engaged audience. You're going to have orders coming in. You're going to be confident you're going to get 50 members straight away.
And if you're not, don't start yet.
So that basically means that when you come to do your pre-launch, you're going to get engagement. It's not just going to be crickets. You're going to get engagement. So do a landing page on your website, which advertises it, with a email form for people to fill in that goes into your email database. Go live in your Facebook group, go live on your Facebook page, talk about it. You don't have to go live. You could, that's always best, because then you can answer questions. Pre-record a video, create loads of posts about it, imagery, all different types, explaining what it's all about. Ask your audience in your Facebook group what they would like from it. Build that excitement and say you're launching on the 30th of July. It's now the 2nd of July. You're going to launch on the 30th of July. So it gives them like 4 weeks to sign up and get interested. And then you're counting it down. You're sending periodic emails. This is coming soon. This is coming soon. Here's behind the scenes. I'm starting to make the first box. Well, build up that hype, that excitement. And then when you launch on the day and say, right, guys, subscription box is available now. Come and sign up. However, this is the key thing now. You want to say, for this first month, I've only got 50 spaces. That's all I can do. 50. You watch how quick those sell.
And you can then have it as a waiting list, can't you?
Yeah.
For your next month, and say, oh, we're going to test this out first. First 50 boxes sell really quickly, obviously, because you've built up your hype and your excitement and you've got your database ready to go. And then you sell those first 50, and then next month you can say, well, thank you so much. I've been able to introduce some more slots as well. So you can then increase it slowly like that, because it will continue to build up that FOMO and that excitement in your group.
That's right.
Across all your socials.
That's exactly it, isn't it? If you make it feel exclusive, like you're part of this thing, you've got to sign up early and you may or may not get a space. People will sign up for it.
Oh, definitely. If they already love your brand and they're invested in your brand in total as it is, then they're going to take that next logical step, aren't they?
Exactly. I get so passionate about this because it's exciting and I want people to do this, and I know it works. This is good. And so that's it. That's how you're going to get customers, basically. Your first batch of customers. Like we said earlier on, if you haven't got hardly any customers, don't do it anyway, but have it as a plan to do in the future.
Yeah.
So get that pre-launch going. You should know by now what we think of pre-launches and how important they are. Get those they're absolutely nailed. As much content as you can. Shout about it. This is important. You don't want to skimp on this at all. That's how you're going to get your first customers.
Sounds easy when you lay it out like that.
It is easy because these people, the people that are going to be advertising this subscription box have already done the hard work. They've already got a customer base, a quite significant customer base. They're getting repeat orders. They're getting engagement in their group. Because as we said numerous times now, that's the time when you want to launch a subscription box. So you've already done the hard work. Now this is just another new product. But this will be one of your most important products. Okay, so then after that, you now got your customers. Okay, you've planned out your 6 months in advance of your different themes that you're going to have every month. And now it's all about growing, isn't it?
Yep. How to step up that marketing to get more people interested in your box.
Exactly. Now, Facebook ads and Meta ads for subscription boxes will not work on cold audiences. So I wouldn't even try it, okay? You will waste money unless you're doing something like a £1 entry first month box or like a £5, a stupid offer to get people in.
But then on a cold audience, the return rate of that is likely to be quite high, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be significant. We've tried that.
Yeah.
We tried that, and it is, they come on board. We did this right at the beginning, didn't we? We got like 200 members in the month. At the end of the month, like 180 of them left. Yeah. I think it was a free box on the first month.
We did free boxes, paid postage.
So people just wanted the free stuff. So that was a lesson learned. But what will work with ads is retargeting ads.
Yeah.
So this is when you create a Facebook ad advertising your subscription box in the way you do create beautiful ads, which is short, snappy clips of user-generated content, explain with a voiceover, explain what it is, all this kind of stuff. And you'll target people that are already customers of yours or have engaged with you numerous times, all of that kind of stuff. You're retargeting people that already know about you and most importantly, our customers.
Yeah.
Because these are the people that are going to sign up to something like this. However, that's just one little thing to have in the background and only have a small budget on that, £5 to £10 a day. That will generate subs over the course of a month. But what you need to be doing every single month is every person who posts in your group about your subscription box, especially with photos, is take a screenshot of that full post and just bank it in a folder somewhere. This is user-generated content, which is so valuable. And I think a lot of people undervalue it. They don't see the importance of it.
I think so as well. It's like gold, isn't it? Because this is genuine, real-life people that love the product. So if you go to someone's socials and you're looking at them and you think, oh, a subscription box sounds lovely, but I don't know if people actually buy it, if people actually really like it or not.
Yeah.
But if you see pictures of people that are clearly screenshots that are real, that people are enjoying them, what they're actually saying about them, showing pictures of them using them, it's like gold, isn't it? Because you
Yeah.
know that these people are genuinely loving the product.
Exactly. So you want to grow your monthly box. This is the steps you're going to do. Okay. Firstly, you have your themes that you've set out for 6 months or a year. Secondly, at the beginning of every month, you're going to take screenshots of all of the reviews you've got and you're going to have them as a bank. What you're going to do at like the end of week 1 of the month is you're going to send an email out to all your cold subscribers or your whole email list, people that aren't members, with FOMO reviews of this month's box, lovely reviews saying this month's box is this theme, it's absolutely wonderful, people are absolutely loving it, blah blah blah. You've got 48 hours to sign up for this month's box, because when you set up a subscription box, you always have a cut-off in the month. Let's say it's the 14th of the month. Everyone who orders before the 14th will get that month's box. Everyone who orders after the 14th will be in the queue for the following month's box. That's how it works. So you say, right guys, you've got 48 hours to sign up to get this box. It's absolutely unbelievable. I've only got 15 left. Whether that's true or not, get that FOMO in there. Get that scarcity in there. I've only got 15 left. Send that out. You'll get a few sign-ups. That's how it works. Then, after the cut-off date, so let's, for argument's sake, say it's the 14th. So on the 15th, you'll say, right guys, another email out to people that aren't members. You say, the theme for next month is tropical island theme. And have beautiful images in there. Maybe have the pictures of your labels for the following month, but blur out the fragrances, fragrance names, all of that, and make it like the wording needs to be so on point. It shouldn't just be these are going to be tropical fragrances. You want to you can use ChatGPT to help here to make some really inspirational, beautiful content.
Tell a story around it.
Yeah.
So it's not just a tropical box. You want a proper the theme to be like a full story, and then each scent has a part in that story, because it makes it easier to be able to introduce to people and to market throughout the month as well. And when you launch them on general sale as well, it makes it easier to market to everybody having a story to follow.
That's it. And then the next email you're going to send is the end of the month, last day of the month, which is typically payday for people. And then that is going to be a very similar email, which is, okay, if you sign up today as a new member, you're going to get this particular offer, whatever your offer is. Next month's theme is this. You do not want to miss out on this. Every month I only have 150 spots, whatever. We're 75% completed that already. Come on, get your orders in. So that's what you're going to do via email. You're going to have the ads working in the background slightly, but I'm not going to go too in depth on that at the moment. You can, or you don't have to do that, whatever. But then it's your Facebook group and your Facebook page. Okay, so those similar kind of posts you want to be doing every 4 days, 3 or 4 days on your Facebook page. You want to be sharing behind the scenes footage and photos and different things of you working on the next month's box. You want to be sharing what the theme is and that kind of story content, why you've created that theme, what type of fragrances are going to be in there throughout the month. You want to be doing this all the time.
Oh, definitely. You want, especially because you've got it as a surprise sense as well, you want people to guess what they think they could be. So that obviously encourages engagements and comments and things like that. So you want to show, say you're pouring a red wax melt, for instance, you've got your tables all full of them, and you're actually showing like clips of the little process of them close up with the pouring and putting labels on them and like hiding it from everybody. So make it fun, make it exciting, and ask people what they think the scents are, so that you can then get the engagement and everything boosted on your posts, and then more people interact, and obviously your top customers will interact with each other on that post as well and say, oh, I love the sound of that one. And just keep doing it. Do it with every single one of the products that are inside that box. So for instance, we had 4 wax melts, so we'd have a post for each one, and then a post for the box as a whole. And we'd also do images as well, so it wouldn't just be videos. You could have a carousel. So I remember vividly there was one day where I was standing in front of a table full of wax melts, and there was me standing there with 2 wax melts in my hand, and you'd blurred the words out. But that got so much engagement.
Just simple things like that. That's what it needs to be. And that's the thing, it's those raw, real life photos of you stood there with, this is one of the fragrances, these are all poured out, here you go, here's the label, but I've blurred out the wording. get that in your Facebook group, get that online, and that works so well.
Do you remember the day that you picked up a pod and it was called Feast of Fools, wasn't it? And you blurred the word feast and fools out, so it just had of in the middle,
Yeah,
and got people to guess what it could be.
that went nuts.
That did go absolutely nuts.
Things like that, where you can get people to try and guess what the fragrance is, just from scent notes or from images, stuff like that. We did one. I mean, it was quite obvious, wasn't it? Back in, I can't remember, 2019, I had a picture of a pina colada and I blurred it out slightly, but you could still
Yeah.
see what it was. And I put that in our Facebook group and said, this is going to be one of the fragrances for next month. 2 questions for you. Can you guess the theme of the month? And can you guess what this fragrance is? And
Yeah.
obviously everyone knew it was going to be cocktails and it
Yeah.
was pina colada. But because it was so obvious, loads of people commented. And that just helps, doesn't it?
It does. It was just so much fun that built up that fear of missing out for people that weren't subscribers.
Exactly. That's the key thing with this. When you're going down a themed route and each month is only and it's only available for that particular month or for a short window of time, and you've only got a certain number of spots you're going to actually fulfill, fear of missing out. That's what's going to sell this thing for you. And that is how you're going to grow this on a monthly basis, is those email campaigns using user-generated content, which you're going to share everywhere, not just in emails, but share on social media. And then social media on Facebook and Instagram, you're going to have a set schedule. And over the first few months, you'll start to work out what that needs to be. So every week you want to be posting twice about your subscription box on, specifically about that. And then you'll know that on the 14th of every month or on the 15th of every month, you introduce next month's theme.
Yeah.
That's kind of becomes your template, if you like, for marketing this subscription box.
And when you've got that template in place, it makes it easier because you don't have to sit there and think, oh no, what am I going to say about this? How am I going to get people involved? And if you've already got your theme, you've already got your templates, it just becomes about physically doing it, doesn't it? That's easier because you know what you're following, you know your toolkit almost, isn't it, for that month?
That's it. And that's the key thing actually, is having that toolkit for the month. If you've got that, then it's just going to work wonders for you. You just fill in the blanks and you're going to work on it. And I'm just going to say now actually that Tamer and I, we're actually working on a whole course and a whole kit basically about how to launch and run and grow subscription boxes successfully. So obviously we'll talk about that and we'll share details of that in a future podcast or a future online stuff. You'll see us, but just let you know that kind of thing's coming. So there you go. But ultimately what you need to do is you just need to make sure that product is fantastic and people actually want to do it. It's an experience. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what we did. That's what worked.
And before your launch and everything, make sure that you use your customers that you've got in your Facebook group and work out what they actually want.
Yeah.
Because you've got to remember that they're the people that are going to buy it, your top customers. So reach out to them, talk to them, find out what they actually want in a subscription box. Don't just assume that they're going to want 4 wax melts.
Yeah. And okay, so now here's how you're going to really grow up and start to get some proper revenue in the business. Okay. So what we did, I can't remember when this was. It was just after the Russians invaded Ukraine, because that's when stuff hit the fan. All of the cost of living, everything went through the roof, and it was panic time, wasn't it, for people?
Yeah, and that's where literally all of our costs as well as a business went up by 25%.
All of our costs went up and all of our customers' costs went up. And because of that, what they're going to do? They're going to try and cut costs. And what they're going to cut? Stuff they don't need.
And what's
Luxury
the first
stuff.
thing they don't need?
And you don't need wax melts, do you?
No.
So that was a pivotal moment for us. And we had a lot of cancellations to a point where we were panicking a bit,
Yeah.
Our churn rate, a good churn rate for a subscription box is about 6 to 8%, which means that for 100 members every month, if you've got 100 members one month, you're going to lose 6 or 8 of them. So your job is to get more than that.
Yeah.
And ours was a little bit higher than that. Ours was probably 8 or 9% consistently. But when this happened, it was like 30% in 1 month. It was panic mode, wasn't it?
It was so scary.
So what do? Do you panic or do you try and pivot? So we thought, right, okay, subscribers are leaving, but we know that not everyone's in the same boat.
Yeah.
People do still have money. Not everyone's going to be really hard up. So we thought our revenue's going down, our subscriptions are going down, but the number of subscribers is going down, but we want the revenue to stay the same. So we launched something called a VIP, because our subscription was called a VIP box. We introduced a VIP deluxe box, which was $26.99 a month. And they got a box of 4 wax mounts, just like normal, but then they got a surprise other item with it. So it would be a beautiful candle. It would be like 2 room sprays. It would be something significant that made that feel incredibly valuable, which it was. It far exceeded the value that they paid for it, didn't it?
It certainly did. One of the best things I think we did with our deluxe box was that when we were launching a new collection, say for instance, we did this with the Halloween collection, we were launching the Halloween collection the same month. So in that month's box, the VIP deluxe members got first access to the scents.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't get all of them, but every single deluxe member would get at least 1, maybe 2 of the Halloween collection.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
And that built up some incredible hype, not just for the deluxe box and getting more members, but also for the Halloween collection launch. So we'd put a little leaflet in there and say, this is a sneak peek for you, share it, please feel free, sort of thing. Because then when they were sharing it, and then we were talking about it on our normal socials and sending out emails about the Halloween launch coming, people are like, oh, John from down the road loved that scent, and I know that I like those sorts of scents, so I'm going to buy 5 of those.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. That's it. They had every month they had a product which was unique or exclusive to deluxe members.
Yeah.
And then every couple of months, I think it was, every 3 months we'd have a deluxe
VIP Deluxe Day.
VIP Deluxe Day, where all of the products that have been in the deluxe boxes over the past 3 months, or however long they've been running for, they would be available to buy individually, but only to deluxe members, so they could top up.
Yeah, they'd have a unique code, so that the products were actually locked unless you had that code.
Yeah, honestly, that. So instead of when everyone's bills and all that are going up, and subscribers are leaving, instead of panicking and reducing prices and all this and retreating, we were like, it's having that mental shift, isn't it? It's like, well, not everyone's in the same boat. Let's make something more expensive. We did that, and it's like 300 people, 300 of our members, just like that, just upgraded, and you're like, oh wow. So straight away, you haven't completely recovered all of that revenue that you've lost there from the people leaving, but you've got all this extra revenue, but it's also not more members. It's the same number of members, but you're getting more revenue.
It's not a huge amount of extra work, but it's looking at it from a long-term point of view. You know that you haven't recovered every single one of those costs, but over time, you're going to produce that first box, they're going to love it, then you're going to get more people upgrade, and you're going to get more people join straight in it as well.
Yeah.
So it's about that long-term goal, isn't it?
Exactly. And that just, I couldn't believe how well that went, really.
I remember when we sent that email and posted about it, we sat there in the office, didn't we? And then when the email started coming in that I want to upgrade, I want to upgrade, I want to upgrade.
We weren't, because of the time it wasn't everything, we weren't expecting, we knew people would, but we weren't expecting a lot of people.
No.
So instead of having like a thing where they go in their account and upgrade, because technology wise we didn't really have that, we just said, reply to this email if you want to upgrade, we'll do it manually for you. And then it was like hundreds of emails. We're like, oh my God.
Yeah. So we should have done that.
But equally, also what we did was, so we had our normal $17.99 a month one, a normal VIP. Then we had the $26.99 VIP Deluxe. We also introduced a $11.99
VIP Lite.
VIP Lite, which was basically the same as the middle one, where you had 4 wax mounts, but this one just had 2, and we picked 2 from that box.
Yep.
Simple as that, really. That's all it was. $11.99. And even at the cheaper version, I think when we left, there was about 70 people that had that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was our least performing one.
Yeah.
It's a cheap one. So it shows you people don't just want the cheap stuff. They want that surprise. They're happy to spend this money.
They want this surprise. They want the full shebang of it, really, don't they? It's the excitement. And having that exclusivity of launches that are upcoming as well, that made a huge difference, because when we started introducing that as an option to make it more exclusive for the customers, they loved it. And we actually did have a few members that were subscribed and they had 2 boxes, 2 deluxe boxes.
We did,
every
didn't
month.
we? Yeah, we did.
We had multiple of those.
Yeah, that was crazy. So there you go. Guys, that's how you do it. That's how you are going to create a subscription box, what it should be, what it should encompass, how you're going to get your first customers during that pre-launch phase, and how you're going to get your reviews, and how you're going to continue to grow it. And expand further down the line. Don't rush into this. That's going to be a key piece of advice. only launch. Don't. I want to say don't rush into it. I mean, don't rush into launching a subscription box when you haven't got that gut feeling that you're going to get 50 people sign up quickly. And you'll know what I mean when I say that.
You
If
need that audience first.
yeah, if you're listening to this and you're thinking, you know what, I can easily get 50 over the course of a week, go for it. Get it planned out, go for it. If you're like, well, I only get 10 orders a week, something like that, you're probably not at that point yet. So just keep plugging away at the stuff we teach you, but have this in the back burner and plan it in for future, because you want to hit the ground running with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where if you don't have the members initially, it's going to cost you more than you make, and it'll be a lot more of a headache, because these are things that you need to nurture. These are not easy things to run.
They're not one-off purchases.
They take a lot of time, and you'll see what I mean. You've got to think this is recurring revenue. Every month, this money's coming in automatically. You've got to work for that. Okay, it's certainly not passive or anything like that. I think that was really useful, actually. I'd love to. I was listening to that, getting really sort of excited about wanting to launch one myself.
We're not doing it again.
No. So I hope that was helpful anyway to other people.
I think it will be, yeah, because a lot of people want to have the recurring revenue but don't necessarily know how to start it, when to start it, or what to include.
Exactly. So there you go, guys. That's it. If you want to learn more about Home Fragrance Academy, go to our website, which is homefragrance.academy. Have a little look through, sign up to one of our freebies there. We'll send you some stuff, and then we'll send you loads of emails after that to try and get you to buy some stuff, because that's what we do.
Please buy some stuff.
And that's how businesses work, I'm afraid. So deal with it. That's how you should be operating in your business as well, is sending emails to get people to convert. Okay. Otherwise, come and join our Facebook group, because that's where you can chat with me and Tamar. There's loads of other people there. It's not one of these horrible clicky groups that you see dotted about. This is a proper one where everyone's there to support each other, give honest feedback about each other's business, and we work hard on ensuring it's a nice positive group, and it is. And the name of the group
is Home Fragrance Academy Community.
There we go. That was episode 28. And we'll see you in next week's episode 29. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment below. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify or through our website,
make sure you leave us a review and let us know what you think.
Absolutely right. Okay, thanks everyone. See ya.
See you soon.